So, we're gonna start. I'm gonna have you on this one. We're gonna start with the jab. So you got your stance. You got your stance down, right? Left foot forward. Knees bent. You want to lean just a little bit forward. You know, just a little bit, not past this knee. Just the way when you punch, you push yourself forward. If you're standing straight up like this and you punch, you basically gonna push yourself backwards. That's gonna take some power off your punch. So you gotta be crouched a little bit. So when you turn, your power comes with it. So watch you turn. Don't just throw arm. You want to turn a little. Look at my waist. Watch, turn with me like the waist. Yeah, boom, boom. Your punches come off like that. Turn a little more at the waist. If you ain't turning, you're just throwing arm punches. The problem with throwing just arm punches is you don't have a lot of weight in your punch. The arm punches is just like this. So all you're getting is what you can push at your muscle. When you, as soon as you turn a little bit, you bring a weight with you from, let's just say half your body weight is channeled into that. So let's just a little turn. Let's look at the difference. So this is without a turn. Drop, push. That's without bringing my body. That's with bringing my body. That's an arm punch. That's me turning. You can see the difference in power. So if I just lean forward, like lean, that don't put enough power into it. I gotta torque a little bit. So knowing that, let's just start with the jab so we can tighten that up. The jab, and we already said like, first we're gonna start with the stance. I'm gonna back this up. We're gonna start with the stance. So we stand with this foot pointed. Let's just, the camera is our opponent. This foot towards your opponent. This foot, you're gonna hear, like I said, conflicting stories where it should be turned at. You turn it where it's comfortable for you, you feel balanced, where you can move side to side without losing your balance. So you gotta be on my heel. You want to be on the ball of your foot as much as you can. And sometimes you can flatten it out. But that's something you'll have to determine later with your own balance, the way it feels to you. If I tell you now you can't stand flat-footed, then I would be telling you that you can never cheat what you learn. But I'm going to tell you that everything you learn here, you can cheat, but you got to know how to cheat. If you don't cheat right, it'll cost you zero. That's right. So when you step out later on in this, I tell you to step out and stand flat foot, keep your knees bent, so you can take a break, take some extra weight off, take a little bit of strain off of the muscles that you use to stay on your balls, your calves and stuff. So yeah, there's times to cheat and take breaks. But for this, yeah, try to get on the ball as much as you can. In the front, you want to leave just a little flat for that. Because then, do you feel like your balance is perfect? Like in between where you can move and you can be pushed? There's a push test we can do. I'm standing with you, you stand with me. Now put your hand out. Your other one, your jab. Now watch. Can I push you off balance? I did a little bit, didn't I? Now get stronger then. Don't lean, but get your stance a little wider. Get a little more comfortable in it. Now push me. See, you can't really push me off balance because of that. Because of one of my stances. Get in the same stance to where you can go forward and backwards. Get a little wider, that's right. And it feels, I tell my fighters I want them to be as wide as they can stand to be. Watch Troy Jones, Pernell Whitaker, those guys. You're going to have coaches that tell you to stand shoulder width apart, but that only works for so long. We're going to be into shooting in and out quick. You can't shoot in and out if you're standing up like this. I don't care what coaches tell you. Physics will tell you that. You got to get wide. Right, Jackson? How you was moving in there today? So, we're going to start right here with the stance. Tighten everything up. Get as wide as you can stand and get. And then we're going to do drills later with how we move, how we scatter, how we crawl, how we shoot. You know, instead of walking. So, but for now, I got to get you on this jab. So, with the jab, keep the hands up, cheekbones, or where else? Or forehead, that's right. And we do it like this because throw a jab at me. See, nope, the other one. Jab. See, I can block it. And I can still, when I block it, I can still see. Where I can still see what I'm going to do next. And same with the cheekbones. If I want to parry something, If I got it on my jaw and you crack me on the glove good enough, it can still rattle. So we don't want to take that risk. We work with our hands right here. That's right. See, now I can parry without fear of me getting cracked by my own hand. So pick a spot. When you come in, pick a spot where you want. What you gonna be trying to block? What you gonna be trying to make him throw? If I'm trying to make him throw a jab, I make it look like he can. See? And then I can block it. Boom. Then I can block it, come over it, or whatever I'm planning to do. It's all according to what you plan to do, just with the movement. So anyway, now with this jab, the first jab we're gonna learn is just the chopping jab. And that's when we basically work ourselves in a position to hit the bag. The bag is our opponent. We want to work our way in to where we're at our distance. I'm not at my distance yet. See? So I can't really land a chopping jab. I can land a pressing jab while I move this foot. But we're talking about the chopping jab. So what I'm doing with this is I'm sneaking in. And then I can shotgun the jab. So, but I gotta know my distance, right? I gotta know where I have to be to land it. The quickest, snappiest, choppiest jab I can land. Some people call it shotgun jab, we call it a chop. So that's the chopping. When you move your foot in a position, you use your head to be tricky, and you just chop. And every time you chop, you have to turn it over, land the two big knuckles, get a full extension, bring this back just a little bit off of your full extension so you don't hyperextend. So if I'm all the way out, now go right there, see? So I'm all the way out and I watch my elbow, just a little bit. Just a little bit off of it. That's where my distance is. Now, how you figure out your distance is gonna, don't think this tomorrow you're gonna be popping a perfect jab. It's gonna take months of you learning exactly where you gotta be. Make it pop. It takes months, but you will get there. You gotta just take little bites, man. And when we program, we don't program like other gyms super hard. When we skill train, we're gonna skill train at a really slow, medium to slow pace. Because that's where you program the best at. Fast-paced programming just makes you tired for one, and you don't get as many reps in. Two, it's hard to cram all that focus here when you're trying to focus on that. So, that's right. So what we do when we do this, we screw it into his face, big knuckles. See the screw? Let's see again. Yeah, bring it a little higher. Always practice your head punches up higher as if you're fighting a taller opponent, because it's easy to make the adjustment down. It's hard to make the adjustment up after you practice this at this level for so long. But when I make the adjustment up after practicing at this level, my punches feel too heavy. So when I practice up all the time, then when I have to adjust down for a smaller opponent, it's nothing. Because this is your real power zone right here. Anything in this area right here where your shoulders are actually at, generates big power. So coming up a little bit takes a little bit of adjustment. So we practice that adjustment. So bring him up a little higher. Try to use this. That's how. More time. More time. Now remember the science behind the chopping jab. The science is to be sneaky. Use your feet to get you in position to let you throw the jab that is going to be the hardest to detect coming. Yeah, you moving into, yeah, that's right. You're moving into position to make it look like you're not up to nothing, and then you chop it with no tail. Now let me show you why there's a difference between that and this one. The pressing jab, when I'm pressing the action, I got a guy that's light on his feet. He's moving, you know, he's hard to track down. You have to, this is another dial it in moment. I mean, you have to dial it in and know where you can land your jab quickly and swiftly. If I throw my pressing jab from way back here, see how long it took me to get there? It still could be effective if you got an opponent that's not real aggressive and not real light on his feet, but most likely not. So what I want to do is be slightly out of range, because the chopping jab puts you in range of a punch. So you're going to have to be ready to slip and shit when you're using the chopping jab. But with this one, with the pressing jab, you're out of range the whole time on purpose. And then you step in. Step in and pop. And as you step in, as soon as this front foot lands, the jab should land at the same time. And then you should be out. You stomp that, that's right. That's right. Yep. And you want to make sure, because what you're doing is I'm out of range. So I'm planning a counter punch. What I mean by that is I'm staying out of range because I want you to strike first and then I can counter. But if you don't, then I can put a bug on your windshield. I can just, I can press it and make you think, okay. Because what ultimately is going through a good fighter's mind when he's out here is where can I hit you? Where can I hit him without getting hit back? As soon as you throw that pressing jab, boom, reset. I gotta think again. Okay, so throw it. I go defensive. I'm not thinking offensive. So it's very important to be able to keep a good pressing jab on your opponent in dead space. When there's dead space with me walking around out here, and you let me come up with a plan, I'm planning 3 shots on you. I'm trying to think, what does he do? What are his tendencies? Okay, I know when I threw a body shot, he came down to block it. So let me try this combo. I'm going to throw 1 to the head, then I'm going to throw a 2 to the head, and then I'm going to try to end with a 3 to the body because he comes down to get him. So I might even fake to the body, to bring your hands down. And then, so if I'm out here thinking like that, that's because you ain't got no bugs on the windshield. Now while I'm thinking, let me see, now you reset me, see? That's why the jab is so important. That's why you control it. You become a ring general. So now you use that jab to control it. Not only the way you think, but the way he thinks. A new Chico or an old Chico? Diego Crowder? Oh, Canelo.
I think he's watching Floyd Mayweather.
Now sometimes Canelo does come off of his jab and he's all power, but yes, he does. He's smart enough to know how important it is. If he would have used it in the Bibble fight, he would have won. He pulled off the jab. He wanted to hurt Bibble, so he threw all power shots. I really think he won that fight just because Bibble was doing ineffective shit. But Canelo,
Bibble?
yeah, Bibble was moving more, throwing more punches, but they were just bigger pack punches. They didn't really.
That bitch hurt, Coach. You think they picked up bitches hurt? I done seen him knock people out with them.
Bibble.
I seen him knock people out with that little.
You can beat Bibble. Listen to me. Bibble, that shit that Bibble's doing, yeah, it's too pitter patty.
Canelo, I seen him knock somebody out with that jab. Yeah, but that's Canelo. He throw jabs like that.
Oh yeah, no, I'm talking about Bibble's punches.
I know he throw jabs like that.
Yeah, but I'm saying Canelo will tell you he was never hurt during that fight because Bibble.
That's Canelo though.
Bibble likes to move around.
Yeah, this how he throw punches.
Yeah.
And then here, something like that.
Canelo was just too into hitting him hard. If you would have boxed him,
Canelo walk on you like this.
I feel like Canelo's boxing skills would be better if he focused on the jab every time.
That was all power shot.
All power shots. What he did with Bibble, I say, yeah, he hitting him better than Bibble's hitting him, but Bibble's giving him 3 punches to this 1 punch. So it's not looking good to the judges. But we know what it feels like.
That's why Mayweather the best.
That's right. Because Mayweather won.
Kept that jab on his ass. And he was 40. And he was 40.
And you know what? That's why it's a thinking man's game. Because people think that little jab ain't hurting him enough. Shit. That jab ain't hurting him enough. Shit. But it is.
If you hit with 300 of them bitches,
that's right. If you're inside your own mind telling yourself you have to throw your hardest punch, you set yourself up for failure. Make it easy, nice. Use that chopping jab, tricky. Weave a couple times, and then chop. He didn't see that coming. He couldn't see that coming because you didn't. Now, with the pressing jab, I'll show you to get the tell is this. You have to move your feet. You have to cross a distance to get there. That's a little bit of a tell. But even then, you could still adjust that on the way in. So if the bag is here, look, watch me make the adjustment. If the bag is here, I'm gonna follow it here. You can still adjust on the way in. That's the good thing about the pressing jab. But you gotta know how to throw it. This is what Earl Spence is king of right now. His pressing jab, damn near crushes every fighter by the time jab. Boom. Yep. And by the time the 6th round is here, they're all looking for that hard, everything off now. So the pressing jab, here's Errol Spencer's jab. Every time, he don't stop. He loves it. He has faith in that jab, and that jab is making him a world champion and super hard to beat. Watch all his fights. He does the same thing. Errol Spence Jr., same thing. He's got a fundamental, crazy strong pop pressing jab that he pops. And then so
I feel like my right is strong. I just want to get my left.
that's right. That's why people neglect it, because they feel like the left ain't doing nothing.
Right.
Build it. That's why, like Tyson said, discipline is doing what you hate like you love it. And we repeat the same crazy shit over and over again. But there's big meaning in that. If you feel like your left ain't hurting somebody, make it hurt somebody. Make it work for you. Build it up. If it feels like, man, I hate road work, well, do it like you love it then, because that's your weakness. So anyway, we got the pressing jab. Look at the timing on it. Because this is what you got to dial in. You have to dial your timing in. The bag swing. See how the bag swings towards me? I know when to go and get it. See? That's right. Timing. Because after you do 10,000 of those, you start dialing in where you need to be and where your opponent, according to where your opponent is at. And you get what we call a pop on it. Pop is where power meets speed, right, Doyle? Yeah. Where does power meet speed at? Bye-bye. When you see it, you'll know it. It makes it sound. It looks good. It feels like you're hitting right on.
That's bring it back, bro.
So then, make it. And like I said, we don't want to practice full tilt. We want you to get repetitions right now. So don't worry about all the power I'm talking about. But this is where we're trying to get to. Now, the other jab is Muhammad Ali's jab, I guess you could say, because he was the best at it, retreating, moving around, moving your feet while you jab. Every time that front foot lands,
What's that? 20 rounds?
so no matter where you move, come this way, as soon as the front foot lands.
Everything's better down here. Hey guys, I'm checking out.
Circle your opponent.
I'm on vacation.
Move around him.
So how would I be moving around? Say I want to go.
If you want to come this way, when you step, as soon as you jab, see? You bring the foot with you this time. So step, you take it 2 steps. That's it, but you did the whole 1, 2. So step right there, there.
You knew it's for real.
As soon as that front one lands, as soon as that jab lands, that back foot should follow and land a millisecond after it. Right. But see, the front foot is the jab foot. See, watch my back foot now. So we want to do like that.
Water never tastes better.
There you go. Got it. No extra stuff though. Perfect. Yeah. Make sure that your balance, when you move to a place of balance. That's real important in finding your range, your distancing. Every time you move from one spot to the next in boxing, you have to be ready. You have to be balanced. So if I move here and I go, and this is everybody, not just you. I mean, everybody starts like that. First, people start, they want to take that extra step. You know why? Because they never had to move like this before, and they don't know exactly what type of momentum they should be using when they move. See, so usually they overthrow themselves. When you get really good at moving, pull us like that. You're ready to punch wherever you go. And you feel your balance. Your balance follows you to the next step. Every time you're right between your legs. There's no chance that he's gonna knock you off balance. He reminds me of Tito Trinidad with his build, the way he moves. So if I said mimic somebody, Tito Trinidad, let him mimic Tito Trinidad. Don't he look like him a little bit? Tito was a monster, so watch Tito. Y'all got the same coordination. That's Errol Spence right there. Yeah. Jackson's Holyfield, the
He
welterweight.
got Jackson fight like Commander. Oh, God, he fight like Commander.
He's got more moves over there, Errol Spence.
Well, Commander. Oh yeah,
He's got more moves than Errol
he
Spence.
definitely has a little bit more gifts than Errol Spence. Errol, I'm telling you, that's my favorite fighter. To say that at this stage of his career sounds a little bit like like we're too hyped on him, but I'm telling him, just like I'm telling the world, when he fully develops and his head moving and everything is good, he ain't gonna be a one-trick pony. Earl Spence ain't even a one-trick pony. He's just smart enough to know. Yeah, he don't like. I'm not gonna do anything extra. Why the fuck am I gonna drive to the gas station when I got gas in the car? Shit. So I'm just gonna go ahead and work over. His jab is stupid. So he just 1, 2. That's all he do. And everybody is just. He's even when you hit him back, he sticks to the plan. He knows what works. He been cooking for a long time. He knows this shit's gonna taste good. I'm gonna jab 1, 2, and 1, 2, and 1, 2. And when he's had enough of my jab, I will know. Because he will start to change the way he's fighting. Yep. Soon as he starts to make an adaptation to my jab, now I'm gonna give him this other shit I got. And then that's when you see every fighter I ever seen, Errol Spence fight, he breaks him. I mean, he breaks him. So, at the end of the day, he does the same shit with his jab. He's got a very powerful jab. When that jab hits, it makes you not want to hit it automatically. Right? Most people's jab, I laugh at it. You ain't dedicated to that jab. When you hit it, it don't hurt. After the same time, I told him, when you throw 2 jabs, one of them better hurt. Otherwise, you just call and waste the time trying to act like you don't know your own distance and shit. That's a waste of fun, waste of energy. Making us go. Make one of them fucking jabs, man. So, by the time you take 10 of his jabs, you're going to know that it's time to make a jab. You cannot continue to fight like you're fighting and take these jabs 12 rounds. It's not a match. You can't beat a guy like that. So, and then when you see them make the adaptation, now you got an easy choice. I'm going to bring it into him now. He's tired of my 1-2s. He's going to be looking for them. Now it's time for one split, bang, bang, get inside and bang. The jab is so important, I can't even stress it enough. Everybody says that shit. Oh, your jab is your most important punch. What's the science in it? Let them know why it's important. It feels like it's your weakest punch, but it's the most direct. It's like calling local. It's the most direct way to your opponent. It's right to his face. And do it over and over. It's safe. If you use the pressing jab right, it's a safe move. Make him respect it. If he doesn't respect it, Homeland Security. Yep. Alright, let me get back here. I'm supposed to be making a video.
You are.
Alright, so when the bag swings, this is another thing. This is advanced techniques too. We like it when the bag swings. Look. Because now we can work our footwork. We can couple around. We're working on our aim.
You just gotta build that muscle memory. Try to get faster at the speed when you do it.
But try not to stop it. When you get good enough at putting your combos together and you're moving your footwork, that's how you dial it in. You dial your aim in, your coordination. Yeah, if it's moving, if you move it, stop it with your punches. That way, you're giving yourself a program, you know what I mean? Like you're making yourself do something. You're thinking about how you fight. See how it's swinging? And if you want to stop it, don't just push it, punch it, and stop it. So look, stop it. Move it. Stop it.
Mainly just dedication. Something you're good with.
While it's moving, it's giving you a moving target. You can hit a moving target if you hit a spinning target.
Right. If you reduce your strength. That's right.
So make sure, even if you're at home, you got to use a wall.
Yeah.
Make sure that the timing is pushing. So I'm pushing off my back heel. Yeah, when you shoot, anytime you come in, you shoot off the back foot. See,
That's why we did that one round.
just do a little shot like that.
So when you did defense up, take one of those rounds, just do it off the hooks.
As soon as you do your duty, you have to get out. If you do this, I'm gonna show you what the bad look is. I'm in for too long right there because my punch lands before my foot. See, now I can't get out on time. Here's where my foot lands before my punch. be perfectly fine. So you don't get hit.
Don't come all the way back.
Yeah. Yeah. Push that earth out from under you. That's right. Yeah.
Back, come straight out and move.
And when you come in, don't just push it. That's too much of a push. Pop, turn, just a little turn. Your job is to find it. There's your distance. There's your distance. There's your distance. There's your distance. There you go.
It's all about learning how to move the hips.
Step that foot. Step that foot in. Push it out. Same time as the
Step
other.
it in when you
A little early. And if you have to at home, do this, man. You should be able to hear both of these lands at the same time. Yep, there you go. And don't lean past that knee. You're off balance when you do that. The problem with getting off balance, this is cramming you.
So they said they're going to send you
But
past.
when you move in and you lean in, for one, you're bringing your head closer to the thing. If you can bring this bag to me right here, it's going to take me, let's just say it takes me 5 milliseconds to get there. How long does it take me to get there from here? 2.5 milliseconds. So the closer that head comes to me, the more shit I can do to it quicker. So wherever you come with your head, I can do that now. I can't do that if you're out there. I can't do that. That gives you enough time. For me covering this distance, you can count it and you can move around. As soon as the head comes in like this, it's over. Because he's going to be able to do a 3-piece combo. So try to make sure everything you do comes off of a turn instead of a lean. So if I'm trying to get to him from here, and I'm not long enough, look what happens. I can lean and get it, but I'm bringing my head with it.
Right hand up.
See, that's me leaning and getting me from here. Leaning past my knee off balance. In order to get away from him, if he decides to do something, I can lean back up now.
As you're going.
And then move. Because otherwise I'm going to be moving like this, looking crazy, and it's not going to be a crisp shot in the air type of thing. So instead of leaning in to throw it, I turn. See how I turn? And I get the same distance off my turn. Most people get off there and lean. Lean.
Reset the hip. Don't make it long.
2 turns. Turn up the waist. Don't move that waist a lot. Yeah, make it hurt on your groins when you move. But you gotta build that. There you go, right there. Turn. Because all it takes is just moving your body that way. As soon as you can do that, you just brought 100 pounds. That's 100 pounds moving right there into my punch. Just like that.
Do it again.
If I do this, that's just muscle power.
Grace law,
Whatever I got in
man.
my muscle.
Like Grace law,
That's
right?
right. Take that step and you move that body. So as soon as I do this, yeah, I use more muscles, but I also got a tremendous amount of weight coming behind me now. And that weight ain't gonna do nothing. I'm gonna park that weight right on the target. Here's the target. That's an arm. That's how much power I got in my arm. I can generate that kind of power with just a turn. I'm barely using any energy. Just turn it. Yeah, don't open up like this. Turn and chop. The best fighters are the guys that can turn up and turn down. You know what I mean? Like you know when to throw your power and when not to. Stand there like that.
Like what you were just saying there.
That makes sense.